Whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. This is St. Paul's way of admonishing us to think upon, to muse about, to always have before us the true, the good, and the beautiful. As I mentioned when I catechize, the Church has always understood the true, the good, and the beautiful to be foundational to our lives as humans. The Church has taught us from the Holy Scriptures that we need to believe the truth, what we call the doctrine of the faith, the teachings of the creeds that embody that doctrine. She has also taught us that we are called to live a good life, which is encapsulated in the Decalogue or the Ten Commandments. Finally, she teaches us that we are to worship God in the beauty of holiness. The true, the good, the beautiful. This implies by definition that our lives are to be lives of pursuing excellence. For that is what the true, the good, and the beautiful are, the excellencies of God's creation. In case you haven't noticed, however, we are not born being very good at this. We often do not pursue the truth. We often do not live good lives. We often do not live in and love beautiful things. To pursue excellence requires an education of some kind. It doesn't always mean a formal education. Many a young man or woman has learned to pursue these things while growing up in a very rural place with no formal education at all, perhaps learning skills in craftsmanship from parents or while apprenticing with a master craftsman. Here at St. Andrew's, our students have an opportunity to get a liberal or freeing education, an education that will free their minds even if their calling is craft or vocational work. But to make the most of this education, they must learn, firstly, to pursue it with all that they have and all that they are. Because they, like all of us, are not born with this pursuit of excellence, nor an understanding of the true life, the good life, the beautiful life. They, as we all do, need to learn it. As our first lesson reminded us tonight, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. May they, and we all, not be like the proud objectors to Isaiah's message who would not hear. They would go and fall backward and be broken and snared and caught. God has given his creation what it needs to not only hear precept upon precept and line upon line, but he has given us a precious cornerstone, we learn from Isaiah tonight, for the sure foundation of our lives, so that we may pursue the true, the good, and the beautiful. He says that he will make justice the measuring line and righteousness the plummet. The immediate reference and image is probably to the practice of Oriental kings, and notably King Solomon, to employ foundation stones of enormous size and weight at the corner of buildings. Some of those uncovered at the corners of Solomon's temple are more than 38 feet long and weigh above 100 tons. And we ask, how did they do that? But Isaiah seems to have in mind not just that immediate reference, but this idea that Yahweh is the true cornerstone. And we know now, of course, that the true, the good, and the beautiful indeed has become incarnate amongst us. Because of Jesus, the God-man, we can really know him, the Creator, and we can know truth. We can know goodness. We can know beauty, not perfectly, not yet, but oh so much better than our ancestors who groped around in the darkness before the Incarnation. With the assistance of God himself in our very persons, we can not only know these realities, but we can pursue them to the utmost. We can pursue excellence and strive all of our lives to reach more and more for truth, to engender in ourselves noble thoughts and actions, to live out justice in our families and in our communities, to be pure in our thoughts, to surround ourselves with loveliness, and to live virtuous lives. Please don't fool yourselves. This is not only possible, it is what the Holy Scriptures command us to do. We won't be perfect at it. Never fear, students. We don't expect perfection, just this side of it. We will all continue to fail. Academically, yes. Personally, yes. Socially, yes. Spiritually, for sure. But if we don't try, if we don't give everything we have to live this kind of life, we are guaranteed no success. So may we strive to meditate on the true, the good, and the beautiful. And may we not stop there, but live out the true, the good, and the beautiful, to the glory of God and for the benefit of our fellow men.